Ini kita buat record lah, kita full attendance. Kalau tadi kita mula kelas dulu, nanti saya akan tanya lagi lah at the end of the class. Okay? Jawab telefonnya. Okay, sorry ya. Kuam call. Okay, I think kita boleh mula kelas kita jap.
Doktor, saya tak scan ya.
Tak dapatkan siapa ya?
Saya Danish. Tersempat.
Siapa? Jap.
Danish.
Danish. Oh, Irene ni.
Saya pun tak tahu.
Siapa? Farisha.
Ya saya.
Okey.
Tak sempat ke puan? Tuan.
Musyairi. Fadil ada Fadil. Abang lu Fadil. Fadil Syami. Tak ada. Apa? Fadil nanti saya tanya last kelas. Okey, kita start kelas ya. So boleh nampak tak slide saya?
Boleh tuan.
Okey, baik, bagus. Saya nak confirm seorang cakap tak apa. Okay, this slide is in English, so I will try to deliver in English, hopefully, because dah lama tak deliver English. Last time deliver lecture in English waktu di fakulti sebab kita ada foreign students. So actually foreign students ni satu dua orang je. Then we have to talk in English. And I think many of you have better English than me lah. Okay, so this chapter 1, health and safety and environment management. Okay, this is one point. Yes, this is chapter 1, health, safety and environment management. So go to the introduction. This is a fact. I'm not sure this fact is the latest fact or not, but then I think this is reliable. Okay, according to the international level organizations, ILO, the fatality rate or death due to accidents at work are greater than 2.2 million lives annually. Okay, greater than 180 million thousand life monthly, more than 6,000 life daily, and more than 4 life in every minute. So this is quite a shocking facts. Okay, so you can check the statistic at this link below. I think I'm not sure. I will give this because I will give you the latest slide here. Okay, so therefore you must have the occupational safety and health. Okay, act, policy, system, management, or whatsoever. So what is occupational safety and health, or OSH? Is a cross-disciplinary area or field concerned on protecting safety, health, and welfare. Okay, there is 3 words or 3 terminologies here, the important terminologies that you will frequently found in this course. Okay, safety, health, and welfare. Okay, related to work or occupation. Okay, so it is a very so because it is a cross-disciplinary field, so it can goes anywhere. Okay, anywhere you can. We will see later what are the industries that involve, or what are the industries that have to be the act is implemented on these industries. Okay, so what is safety? Can be defined as measures and practices undertaken to prevent and minimize the risk of loss of life, injury, and damage to property and environment. Okay, in the simple words, if you go to work with 2 hands or 2 legs and 1 soul, okay, then you come back from your work to your home with the same condition. Okay, that is what is about safety. Okay, safety is about what is safety is about. Okay, and then health. Okay, health, protection of bodies and minds of people from illness resulting from materials, processes, and procedures used in the workplace. So the simple word is the key word is the illness. Okay, the illness caused by maybe there is viruses, bacteria at the workplace, so they get the illness. Okay, for the time being, for example, many factories they spread the coronavirus like that, so you can say these are health issues over there. Okay, and then welfare. Okay, welfare is the provision of facilities to maintain the health and well-being of individuals at workplace. So actually, you can imagine what is welfare is. Although you are not working, maybe your parents are working, or friends, or you can see around you, people are working. So the employers or the company that they work, they have to provide the welfare facilities. For example, toilets, cafeterias, or surau, or whatever. Okay, place of fear. And then we will come across several terminologies as well. The hazard, risk, and danger. Okay, what is hazard? Okay, hazard is a source or a situation with the potential of harm in terms of human injury or ill health, damage to property, damage to the environment, or a combination of these. So it is a source of or a situation. Okay, so in this course, one of the activities, or not one of the activities, actually most of the activities is to identify the hazard. Okay, for example, the assignment will be like that, the project as well. Okay, you have to go somewhere and have to identify what are the hazard, okay, exist at that particular places. Okay, and then risk. Okay, risiko, risk is combination of likelihood of an occurrence of hazardous event and the severity of injury or damage to the property or environment, or combination of this. Okay, so in this second chapter, we will learn about the hierarchy. Okay, the hierarchy is about to assess the risk. Okay, actually the risk is equal to likelihood of occurrence times the severity of injury. Okay, we'll go that later. Okay, and danger is the relative exposure to hazard. So I think by right you have understand what is the meaning of these terms. Okay, so hazard, actually there will be a chapter of hazard, but this is maybe the introduction of the hazard. Okay, so we have five type of hazard: the physical hazard, the biological hazard, chemical hazard, ergonomics hazard, and psychosocial hazard. Okay, physical hazard, actually they have more than two. This is mechanical and electric is two of the examples of physical hazards, but there is more. Okay, this is mainly hazard that can cause physical harm. Okay, and then we have biological hazard, that anything arising from living on his organism that poses a threat to human. Okay, and the current biological hazard is, of course, the COVID-19, the coronavirus. Okay, and the chemical hazard arises from contamination with harmful and potentially harmful chemicals. And ergonomics, I'm not sure whether you have heard about ergonomics. Okay, the word ergonomics. But ergonomics is the workplace condition that pose the risk of injury to the musculoskeletal system of the workers. Okay, so actually you can see the ergonomic words in many of what is the example? But in factories, ergonomics is referred to the how they place the equipment or the machineries. Okay, so that the workers can work smoothly. Okay, in a safe condition. Okay, so for example, machinery A, the first step, the workers have to go to the machine machine A, and then they need to go, after that need to go to machine B. So it should be placed next near. Okay, it should be placed near, because that is where that can we call the ergonomy. Okay, other examples is how they build or the condition in the car, you know. So either we can reach the buttons in the car. Okay, while we are driving, for example, we want to tune the radio or whatsoever, so that the easiness or how we move our body is it is called the ergonomics. Okay, So last has is psychosocial, any factor of situation that may cause distress or psychological harm and social problems. Okay. However, we have a chapter on this. Has it? No problem. Okay, legal structure. This is a legal structure, perundangan. Okay, struktur perundangan. Okay, in Malaysia. So we actually adapted the UK or the British because we are colonized by the British. So we adopt or adapted the British legal structure. Okay, if you Google, okay, the word act, regulation, and guidelines, you can see there is sources of from the UK. The same thing, okay, because we adapted their structures, okay. So X is the highest or the top structure in the top structure, okay. ACTA, okay, covers scope and basic provision, need to be approved by the parliament, and for OSH, for occupational safety and health, we have OSHA 1994. We have the FMA 1967, with a 1990, and the ECA, the Environmental Quality Act 1974. And below the act, there is a regulations. Okay, we have regulation. So regulation contains detailed explanation for each provision under the act, and it is approved by the minister. And at the lowest rank in the structure is the industry code or the guidelines. So the guidelines is fulfilling the requirement of the relevant act. Drafting the code of practice can be initiated by industry and approved by the DOSH. Okay, what is DOSH? DOSH is the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Okay, Jabatan Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerjaan. Okay, and it is not a part of laws of nation. Okay. So by that we come to the the next subtopic is the OSHA 1994, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. So before that, I would like to show you this. So mana kita nak tengok ni ya? Tak boleh. Ini sebenarnya link je. That's lah. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Ada iklan dia aja
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, tapi sikit that. Beritahu kalau tak dengar suara dia.
Pada 7 Mei 1991 jam 3.45 petang, tragedi letupan dan kebakaran kilang mercun Bright Sparkler merupakan tragedi letupan kilang mercun telah berlaku di Sungai Buloh, Selangor. Kilang mercun berkenaan dipercayai terbakar dan menghasilkan letupan gergasi yang boleh didengari sejauh 7 km daripada tempat kejadian. Sejumlah 26 mangsa telah terkorban dan sebanyak 83 mangsa dilaporkan cedera dalam kejadian ini. Bukan itu sahaja, letupan ini telah meranapkan sebanyak 200 kediaman penduduk di sekitar kilang tersebut serta tingkap-tingkap rumah di sekitar kawasan Sungai Buloh sehingga Bandar Seri Manjalara dan Selayang pecah. Insiden ini juga dikenali sebagai Hiroshima Sungai Buloh oleh media tempatan. Tahukah anda, media-media menganggap letupan yang berlaku diibaratkan seakan-akan peristiwa bom atom dijatuhkan pesawat Amerika ke wilayah Jepun pada Perang Dunia Kedua. Begitulah andaian kesan letupan 200 tan belerang yang berpunca dari sebuah kilang mercun di kawasan itu sehinggakan percikan bunga api dan serpihan bertebaran jauh, malah kesan gegaran dirasai sehingga 7 km dari lokasi tragedi. Mari kita mengimbau kembali tragedi ini. Kejadian ini bermula kira-kira jam 3.45 petang apabila tanpa diduga secara tiba-tiba sahaja satu letupan besar terhasil satu kawasan di dalam sebuah kilang. Letupan itu bukan sekali, malah letupan kedua seterusnya menyusul kira-kira 10 minit kemudian. Sengsara itu masih belum berakhir apabila letupan ketiga dan yang paling kuat berlaku jam 4 petang dan dirasai lebih 4 kilometer. Lebih 20 letupan kemudian terus berlaku hingga kepulan asap yang dipercayai paling dahsyat dalam sejarah negara boleh dilihat dari jarak 8 km. Berpuluh pekerja yang kebanyakannya baru bermula sesi tugas petang pada 45 minit sebelum itu dihadap menyerbu pintu keluar kilang bagi menyelamatkan diri daripada dibakar rentung atau terus hancur akibat letupan berkenaan. Kekuatan letupan itu memang menakutkan. Ia menggegarkan kawasan sekeliling menyebabkan banyak rumah runtuh dan terbakar. Bukan sekadar rumah sahaja, beberapa kilang termasuk kilang makanan haiwan, kilang papan dan kilang bahan pewarna makanan yang berada berdekatan turut terbakar. Berpuluh kenderaan termasuk kereta dan motosikal musnah sama sekali. Letupan itu turut menggemparkan penduduk sekitar termasuk anggota tentera di kamp tentera Sungai Buloh yang hanya terletak kira-kira 300 meter dari kilang berkenaan.
Penduduk bandar baru Sungai Buloh diarah berpindah bagi mengelakkan kejadian lebih buruk akibat kebakaran besar di sebuah kilang mercon petang tadi.
Letupan pertama berlaku kira-kira 3.30 petang tadi, diikuti satu lagi letupan kira-kira 10 minit kemudian.
Keadaan kelang kabut terus berlaku apabila penduduk dan beberapa pihak yang berada berhampiran kilang melarikan diri bagi mengelak terkena serpihan batu, batang kayu dan besi yang berterbangan akibat letupan itu selain bahang api. Beberapa pihak yang gagal menyelamatkan diri akhirnya cedera terkena serpihan dan api itu. Kemalangan jalan raya turut berlaku sewaktu pemandu bergegas menyelamatkan diri ketika kebakaran ini.
Seorang ahli kimia dari Hong Kong yang juga didakwa individu bertanggungjawab membuat ujian mercon di situ antara individu yang terkorban dalam tragedi terburuk negara di era awal 90-an ini.
Punca kilang bunga api ni meletup, pengurus kilang tu dia nak mencuba satu produk baru.
Selepas letupan demi letupan itu semakin berkurangan, kedengaran raungan kesakitan di mana-mana. Berpuluh mangsa berlumuran darah, manakala ratusan orang ramai mula memenuhi kawasan kejadian untuk mencari sanak saudara yang dikuatiri menjadi mangsa tragedi. Tangisan dan raungan semakin kuat kedengaran tatkala melihat keadaan ngeri mangsa yang rentung dan sudah tidak lengkap anggota badan dibawa keluar dari bangunan kilang yang hangus terbakar. 8 jentera bomba, termasuk 2 dari kamp tentera Sungai Buloh, 2 dari wilayah persekutuan, 2 dari Petaling Jaya dan masing-masing sebuah damansara utama dan Shah Alam tiba seketika kemudian untuk memadam kebakaran dan menyelamatkan mangsa. Lebih 50 anggota bomba bertungkus lumus memadam kebakaran. Tekanan air terlalu rendah, pilih jauh, api merebak terlalu cepat. Angin kencang serta beberapa letupan menghalang tugas memadam dengan lebih mudah. Apabila pasukan bomba tiba, api sudah merebak ke 3 rumah berhampiran kilang. Pasukan bomba terpaksa menggunakan air yang dibawa sendiri dan selepas bertungkus lumus selama 2 jam, maka akhirnya berjaya mengawal api daripada merebak ke rumah lain dan sekitar kawasan berhampiran. 9 ambulans dari Hospital Kuala Lumpur, 5 dari Hospital Sungai Buloh berulang alik mengangkut mangsa yang parah untuk mendapatkan rawatan kecemasan. Walaupun kebakaran sudah dipadamkan, anggota bomba tidak dapat meneruskan operasi mencari mangsa dengan mudah kerana khawatir letupan akan kembali berulang. Berikutan masih ada 3 tempat simpanan letupan bawah tanah di kilang tersebut. 2 daripada stor simpanan itu sudah meletup dengan meninggalkan kesan seperti kawah sedalam kira-kira 6 meter.
Dia kata tuan punya kilang tu membuat ujian mercon yang terbaru kat bawah tanah.
Bomba dan pasukan penyelamat terus memantau keadaan di tapak kilang itu sehinggalah larut malam. Api menyala semula di beberapa bahagian bangunan itu kira-kira jam 2.30 pagi dan anggota bomba terpaksa menyembur air bagi memadamkannya. Bagaimanapun sehingga jam 5 pagi, tiada lagi letupan berlaku. Sehari selepas letupan, gerakan mencari yang dilakukan bomba menemui 21 mayat yang terbunuh dalam tragedi letupan dan kebakaran kilang mercon di Sungai Buloh itu. Satu daripada mayat itu ialah seorang ahli kimia dari Hong Kong yang bekerja di kilang tersebut. Pemeriksaan awal juga mendapati 83 orang cedera dan dirawat di beberapa hospital sekitar Kuala Lumpur. Polis juga menerima aduan mengenai kehilangan 6 penduduk tempatan. Selain itu, 37 rumah dan kilang serta 7 motosikal musnah dalam kejadian ngeri itu.
Rumah-rumah di sekeliling semua habis. Pokok-pokok ranting semua terbakar hangus. Hampir 50 buah rumah dan keluarga terjejas teruk akibat peristiwa ini. Kegembiraan pada bulan Syawal bertukar menjadi tragik sekelip mata. Namun yang lebih menyedihkan apabila kehilangan insan tersayang dalam keadaan yang ngeri dan memilukan.
Polis bagaimanapun mengalami kesukaran mengesan jumlah sebenar pekerja yang hilang dalam letupan itu. Berikutan majikan tidak mempunyai daftar kehadiran dan ada pekerja kilang berhampiran yang cedera atau belum melaporkan diri. Hari ketiga gerakan mencari mangsa dijalankan. Pasukan penyelamat menghadapi ancaman baru. Berikutan hujan lebat selama sejam kira-kira jam 2.30 petang menyebabkan berlakunya tindak balas kimia di lokasi letupan sehingga menghasilkan gas beracun. Keadaan itu menyebabkan kira-kira 200 anggota penyelamat diarahkan beredar dari kawasan itu kerana khawatir gas itu memberi kesan kesihatan terhadap mereka di samping mengelak sebarang kejadian tidak diingini. Bagaimanapun, penyebaran gas beracun itu semakin buruk sehingga menyebabkan lebih 50 anggota pasukan penyelamat dilaporkan mengalami kesukaran bernafas, bengkak dan gatal di muka, tangan dan badan kerana terkena gas beracun itu. Kemudian operasi diteruskan dengan penyelamat terpaksa mengenakan topeng gas dan pakaian khas. Pasukan penyelamat juga menggunakan 2 jentolak bagi membersihkan tapak kilang. Pada 16 Mei, pihak berkuasa melancarkan operasi api buluh untuk membersihkan dan memindahkan sisa bahan kimia dari kilang berkenaan. Dalam operasi itulah, petugas menjumpai beberapa lagi mayat dan jumlah mangsa terkorban dalam tragedi itu meningkat kepada 26 orang. Walaupun sudah beberapa hari berlalu, gas toksik masih tidak hilang, malah semakin merebak kepada beberapa penduduk berhampiran. 7 anggota penyelamat turut pengsan selepas tersedut gas itu. Keadaan semakin bahaya apabila walaupun sudah masuk hari ke-11, masih terdapat bara api yang muncul di tapak letupan itu, tetapi ia berjaya dikawal pihak berkuasa yang segera memadamkannya.
Penyerang yang dikatakan telah ditanam hampir 15 tahun di tapak seluas 6 ekar ini turut memberi risiko kepada anggota penyelamat. Kebanyakan anggota pasukan penyelamat mengalami masalah kesukaran untuk bernafas dan gatal-gatal badan serta bengkak muka akibat lepasan bahan kimia dari kilang yang terbakar.
Satu persatu kisah yang terselindung di sebalik tragedi letupan kilang Bright Sparklers itu mula terbongkar. Kilang mercun dan bunga api itu disahkan beroperasi secara haram sejak 1978. Malah ia juga bertindak menyalahi undang-undang apabila menggajikan pekerja di bawah umur. Siasatan juga mendapati kebakaran di kilang mercun itu disahkan berpunca daripada bahagian makmal yang menjalankan kerja-kerja menguji mercun yang siap untuk dipasarkan. Dia juga berpunca daripada kelalaian pihak kilang yang menjalankan ujian bunga api di luar tempat khas sehingga terkena longgokkan simpanan mercun dan bunga api yang terletak berhampiran.
Sekaligus membongkar identiti kilang yang sudah beroperasi hampir 5 tahun secara haram.
Seterusnya letupan semakin merebak. Keadaan semakin sukar dikawal ketika kebakaran berlaku kerana tiada usaha awal memadam kebakaran dan juga peralatan pencegahan kebakaran tidak disediakan secukupnya di kilang itu. Tragedi kilang mercun itu memberi sejarah besar kepada negara yang sekaligus mengubah polisi negara untuk terus mengharamkan sebarang aktiviti mercun termasuk sepenuh perayaan walaupun sebelum ini yang dibenarkan malah dihasilkan kilang di negara ini. Tanpa Bright Sparklers berlaku, pasukan bomber mungkin tidak akan membentuk pasukan unit bahan berbahaya hazmat yang pakar dalam menangani bahan kimia dan radiasi. Ditubuhkan pada 29 Oktober 1992 berkat tertubuhnya hazmat. Ianya berjaya menangani kebocoran bahan kimia yang berlaku di Jalan Tun Kudu, Melaka serta tumpahan minyak dari nahas yang berlaku di Lebuhraya Pan Borneo satu ketika dahulu. Selain itu, Parlimen juga meluluskan Akta Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerja 1994 hanya selepas tragedi ini. Memandangkan apa yang telah berlaku dengan Bright Sparklers, tidakkan ia menyoroti betapa pentingnya majikan yang bertanggungjawab dalam mewujudkan persekitaran kerja yang selamat untuk pekerjanya. Penubuhan ini sangat membantu, terutama bagi pekerja binaan yang bekerja dalam keadaan berisiko tinggi. Semoga kejadian seperti ini tidak berulang lagi di masa akan datang. Moga Allah menjauhi negara Malaysia tercinta daripada bala bencana yang tidak diingini. Al-Fatihah kepada semua mangsa yang terkorban. Sekian, terima kasih.
Okay. Korang tidur apa? Macam mana ni? Okay, good. So what have we learned from this video? Okay, this event or is in this event this tragedy actually, okay, triggered the government to create this act, the OSHA, okay, 1994. They mentioned at the end of this video, the OSHA 1994 is being implemented, okay, started from 25th of February 1994, okay. So OSHA 1994 or Act 154 is an act to make further provisions for securing the safety, health, and welfare of persons at work, for protecting others against the risk to safety or health in connection with the activities of person at work, to establish the National Council for OSH, and for matters connected therewith. Okay. Okay. Actually, in this act, they have 67 sections, okay, in this act. And these 67 sections is categorized or divided into 15 parts, okay, 15 parts. In the first part, it states what is the name of this act, okay. So the name is, this act is Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. And at the second section, it states what are the industries, okay, what are the sectors that this act is implemented, okay. So not majorly, all of this industry actually they have to adhere, okay, this act, okay, the OSHA 1994. You can see the list, in the jadwal pertama in the OSHA 1994, they have 10 sectors, okay, and two sectors are accepted from this OSHA 1994. What are the list? The first is manufacturing, okay, perkilangan, and second one is mining and quarrying, okay, perlombongan dan quarry, construction, pembinaan, okay, agriculture, forestry and fishing, okay, pertanian, perhutanan dan perikanan, okay, utilities, electricity, gas, water, sanitary, okay, then transport, storage and communications, okay, 7 wholesale and retail trade, okay, hotel and restaurant, finance, insurance, real estate and business, and last but not least, the public services and the statutory authorities, okay, perkhidmatan awam dan badan berkanun, which include universities, okay. We are not, okay, we are also have to adhere the OSHA 1994. Therefore, if you go, I'm not sure if you can find in the university, there is the policy, they display the policy, okay, at several places, the OSH policy, okay. If you can find, you tell me, okay. And then in this act, there is two exceptions. First is the armed force, the Angkatan Tentera Malaysia. The OSHA 1994 is not implemented in the Malaysian armed force, okay. And then secondly, the crew of merchant ship, merchant ship, okay, which are registered under the merchant shipping ordinance, okay, ordinance perkapalan perdagangan, okay. So on the ship, okay, atas kapal, they don't implement the OSHA, but they have the safety and health policy. They must have, okay. because safety is the most important thing in any place. So they must have their own safety and health policy, although they are not subjected to the OSHA 1994. Okay. But what happened when the ship arrive at the port? Yeah. The crew is subjected to the OSHA 1994 if they go to the port, because port is one of the sectors or one of the industry that you have to adhere the OSHA 1994. Number 6, the transport, storage, and communication. Okay, this is the before we see the legal structure. So this is sort kind of for this is for OSHA 1994. Okay, below the OSHA 1994, they have regulations under OSHA 1994, and then we have the orders. Okay, occupational safety and health officer order 1997, and occupational safety and health supervision of use of substance order 1999, and we have guidelines and code of practice. The objective of this act, OSHA 1994, is to ensure safety of workers or the employees, okay, to protect others at place of work, to encourage conducive work environment, physiological and psychological, and to improve standard of safety. In this act, okay, they mentioned the duty to ensure safety and health at place of work lies with first who create the risk, and the second one who work with the risk. Normally, the person who create the risk is the employer. Okay, the employer create it because they own the industry. Okay, they own the industry, so they are who create the risk. But there's also other people who create the risk as well. For example, the suppliers, the manufacturers, the designers, they also create the risk. Then they so involved. They are also mentioned in this OSHA 1994. Okay, and then those who work with the risk. Okay, people who work with the risk is the workers, the employees, and also the employer also work with the risk, but most of the time the workers or the employees they are the persons who work with the risk, as well as the clients, customer, or whatsoever. Okay, they're also might involve with the risk. Okay, this act emphasizes or stresses on self-regulation, consultation, and cooperation or involvement of workers. Okay, and self-regulation to handle issues relating to the OSH. Employers must develop a good and orderly management system, starting from the formation of a policy. Okay, must form a policy. Okay, if you have 5 or more workers in a company, they must form a committee, a safety and health committee. But if they have 40, at least 40 workers, so they must have the policy. But if less than 40, if the employee want to make a policy, no problem. Okay. Second one is consultation, where employees and the government must negotiate to settle issues and problems relating to the OSH at the workplace, and cooperation and involvement in the workers, where employees must cooperate to take care, nurture, and to increase the quality of OSH at the workplace. Okay, these are the concept of OSHA 1994. Accident prevention is an essential part of good management and workmanship. Management and workers must cooperate. Top management must take the lead, a defined and known safety health policy, organization and resources to achieve policy, best available knowledge and methods. So what these are several terminologies, definitions, okay, the salient definitions in the OSHA 1994. First is employee. What is employee? A person who is employed for wages, okay, gaji upah, okay, under a contract of service on or directly employed by the principal employer, or employed by or through an immediate employer, or whose services are temporarily lent or let on hire to the principal employer. So employer actually categorized into two in this act. The first one is a principal employer. Okay, majikan utama, right, is the owner of an industry. Okay, when we call industry, that 10 sectors are the industries. Okay, the 10 sectors mentioned before. Okay, where the OSHA 1995 is implemented are the industries. So principal employee is the owner of an industry, an immediate employer. Okay, majikan langsung. Okay, an employer who employ an employee directly by or through him. Not necessarily owner of industry, but then have the power to employ the employee. Okay. Other than that, we have occupier, the person who has the management or control of place of work. And place of work is the premises where persons work and premises used for storage and plant and substance. Okay. What is premise? Premise include any land, building, or part of any building, any vehicle, vessel, or aircraft, any installation on land, offshore, and others, any tent or movable structure. Okay. What is plant or plan? Okay, including any machinery, equipment, appliance, implement or tools, any component thereof, or anything fitted, connected, and appurtenant thereto. What is practicable? Okay, practicable setakat yang boleh dipraktikkan dalam bahasa Melayu. Setakat yang boleh dipraktik. So English is more simple. They use simple words. Practicable. Okay, practical is referred to the severity of hazard risk in question, the state of knowledge about the hazard or risk, and any way of removing or mitigating the hazard risk. Okay, the availability or suitability of ways to remove or mitigate the hazard of risk, and the cost of removing or mitigating the hazard of risk. Okay. As I mentioned before, there is 67 sections and categorized into 15 parts. Okay. Parts 1 to part 15. So you can read the title of this part. Okay. Starting from the preliminary and last is miscellaneous. Okay. We can see there is National Council for OSH. What else? The general duties of employers. Okay. The general duties of designers, manufacturers, and suppliers. Okay. General duties of employee. Okay. And then industry codes and practice, and liability for offenses, regulation, and so on. Okay. And they have also schedules. The first schedule, okay, scope of application. Second schedule, the safety and health committee membership. And third schedule is the occupation involving specialties in health. Okay, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 regulations. Okay, 7 regulations. Okay, you can read this. Okay, and 2 orders. Okay, as we mentioned before, there is 2 orders. Okay. Section 15. Okay, we cannot go all 67 sections, so we jump to the most essential or the important section. For example, this section 15. Okay, is general duties of employers and self-employed persons to their employees. Okay, this is the duties of employers. Okay, to ensure as far as is practicable the safety, health, and welfare at work of all his employees, which include the following. Okay, the provision and maintenance of plants and system of work that are as far as is practicable, safe, and without risk to health. So this language is the law. Okay, the legal language, no? So normally laymen like us, we cannot directly understand. We have to read many times to understand this what they are talking about in the act. Okay, not in this act, but the other acts also. Okay, and then the making of arrangement for ensuring so far as a practicable safety and absence of risk to health in connection with the use of operation, handling, storage, and transport of the plants and substances, the provision of such information, instruction, training, and supervision as is necessary to ensure as far as is practicable the safety and health at work of his employees, so far as is practicable as regards any place of work under the control of employee or self-employed person, the maintenance of it in a condition that is safe and without risk to health, and the provision and maintenance of the means of access to and egress of it from it that are safe and without such risk, the provision and maintenance of a work environment for his employees that is so far as is practicable, safe, without risk of health, and as an adequate as regards facilities for their welfare and work. This is legal word. Okay. An example, what is considered as so far as practicable would vary in different excavation work. Okay, dia bagi contoh the excavation work. Okay, excavation work can be of different depths. It can be deep or shallow. For 3 feet excavation, benching is sufficient and no shoring required. Okay, I think benching and shoring, I think you learn in the construction engineering. Okay, this is because the risk to injury is very low. If the excavation is very deep, benching is not sufficient and shoring is needed to be carried out. Although cost for shoring is very high, this is because the risk of injury is high due to occurrence like collapse and landslide. So far as practicable, okay, for this excavation work is based on how deep the excavation will be carried out. Okay. And then we have section 16, duty to formulate safety and health policy. So it shall be a duty of every employer and every self-employed person to prepare and be appropriate, revise a written statement of his general policy with respect to the safety and health at work of his employees and the organizations, and arrangement for the time being in force for carrying out that policy, and to bring the statement and any revision of it to the notice of all his employees. Employers with less than 5 employees exempted from this duty. So I think the 40 is not the latest one. Meaning that if you have if a company of industry, they have more than 5 employees, okay, they have to formulate safety and health policy. Okay, because actually this OSH, they have amendment from time to time. I found a soft copy for this Act OSHA 94, but then when I go through, there is there is no latest amendment for it. Okay, no mention about how many employees in order to formulate the safety and health policy. So in order to know what is the latest regulations in this act, so we must have the latest amended act. Okay. Okay, section 17, general duties of employers and self-employed. Now it's 10:53. So let finish this slide. Only this slide. Okay. Section 70 is general duties of employers and self-employed person to persons other than their employees to conduct his undertaking in safe manner as far as practicable, and to inform about the risk associated with their undertaking to persons other than their employees who may be affected. For example, the clients. Okay, to give to person not being with the employees who may be affected by the manner in which he conducts his undertaking, the prescribed information on such aspects of the manner in which he conducts his undertaking as might affect their safety and health. And section 18 is about duties of occupier of a place of work to persons other than his employees. Shall take such measures as practicable to ensure that the premises, all means of access thereto and egress therefrom available for use by persons using the premises, or any plant or substance in the premises, or provided for use there, is or are safe and without risk to health. A person who has an obligation of any extent in relation to the maintenance of or repair the place of work. Okay, siapa yang buat kerja maintenance. Okay, this other than employees. Okay, the prevention of risk to safety and health may arise from the use of any plant substance in the place of work. So actually, section they have 97 sections. We have here several sections. And also there is mentioned the penalty. Okay, this is duty of employer. Okay, fine not more than 50,000. Okay, tidak melebihi 50,000 or no more than 2 years jail or both if fail to carry out their duty. Okay, so we will start over here. So hopefully we will continue tomorrow. Okay, we have session 24, 25, 26, 28. Supaya tak mention semua 50. And the offenses, okay. And okay, tak banyak. And then we will continue with the FMA, okay. The Factory and Machineries Act, okay. However, OSHA is the main act. We have to know and is will overrule. I might use the word overrule. Dia akan overrule semua acts lah. If there is a conflict between this act, okay. For example, in the FMA said 10 persons, we must have the policies. And then in this OSHA, they mentioned 5 person, 5 workers, then you must have the policies. So you must adhere or follow the OSHA 1994, which is 5 person. Then you must have the policy, the safety and health policy. Okay, I think that's all for today. We will continue tomorrow. I will give you the link, the Zoom link afterward. Okay. So any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? Okay, kita boleh cakap pasal Melayu lah. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan?
Tiada.
Tiada. Okay.
Ada.
Okay, sebab dia mendengar dan menghafal dan membaca. Okay. 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 Terima kasih semua. Thanks all. So the participant, I think we have all. Okay. Kejap. Siapa nama? Fadil ada tak? Fadil dah masuk tak? Okay, I take this one. Okay. Okay, terima kasih semua sebab attend full attendance today. Okay, terima kasih. Boleh pergi makan. Minggu depan nak puasa dah. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.